security awareness and training, because you cannot patch a human. You have to train them again and again, again and again, what to click, what not to click. Now it's really difficult. Great question. I'm doing my doctorate also in the same topic, that like how to, you can say, like how AI can impact this security operations, or cybersecurity as a whole. So it's a nice question. Basically, the businesses should have to have some type of real-time threat detection mechanisms. Again, that's possible all thanks to AI-driven analytics. Why? Because you know there is a term, I'm sure you guys have heard about, zero trust, right? So sorry, a 0 day. So 0 day is basically like attack which is like not available, or somebody has just make that attack today only, that worm or that virus or that functionality. So no one in the world, or no cybersecurity solution knows about it. If nobody knows about it, the behavior based or detection based solutions will unable to detect it, right? So if you are using AI driven analytics or a real time threat detection using AI can predict, or AI can understand that if some behavior is leading to something dangerous, so at the spot it will highlight and it will stop it. So that's why the real-time threat detection is very much important using AI-driven analytics. And there are many solutions out there which are claiming that, or which have this in place by default. Next is the automated incident responses. That is basically to reduce the detection to remediation time. So it will save you that time in the incident response if something already bad happens. So you can automate these incidents by again using the AIs in your security operations journey. The other can be to automate your patch management, your compliance reporting. If you are under some compliance like PCI DSS, GDPR, or if you are in this region you have NISA, in Saudi you have NCA, ECC, DCC and all. So whatever like the emerging threats are, like, or the compliance are, you have to have that. That is also possible with AI for especially security operations. Oh, great question. So basically, for like remote users, are like a big risk for the organization, and especially during COVID time, organizations were like really spectacle that how to solve this issue. Why? Because they can join from anywhere. They can join from a beach. They can join from a Starbucks. As a public Wi-Fi, they can join from their home networks, their personal devices, and devices also vary. It's not always the company laptop or company resources or assets. It can be anything. So it's like you can say that that's a mess in that area. So then there are like remote phishing attacks. Remotely phishing is like very easy, because again you are not sitting in the office. For example, if you are sitting in the CEO office and you know that this phishing email is not from CEO, because CEO is in front of me, and if you are working remotely, the chances are increased now. And then there are like physical security controls. Now there is no physical security controls because you are working from anywhere. So there can be like some of the mitigation practices, or you can say that how we can mitigate these risks is to, number one is to enforce your multi-factor authentications and secure VPNs, which is really important. Secondly, you have to have a solutions like I mentioned about key strike, because that will stop the lateral movement. So Force came up with the report, and they say that around 90% of the attacks, 90% of the ransomware attacks, it starts from lateral movement. So you have to stop that. So basically, the attackers, the adversaries, they are using your computer as a collateral and coming to your computer before moving to sensitive systems. So it's such a big risk. So you have to have your solutions like to block lateral movements. Then your endpoint security, your MDM solutions, mobile device management, they are really important. And the biggest of all, which I mentioned in start also, is the security awareness and training. Because you cannot patch a human, you have to train them again and again, again and again, what to click, what not to click. Now it's really difficult. For example, it's if it's a HR lady, and the HR lady is her job is to open CVs, like or if it's a recruiter or something. And now, what if one PDF is like not a CV, it's a backdoor or something. So the guy intentionally clicked it, like, and they are always coming from public domains, like @hotmail, @gmail, right? So you cannot say that, you cannot train your employer that click only from the company email address, is not from personal, because that's her job, right? So security awareness is really really important. And you have to have a like a zero trust security model to enforce least privilege accesses. Yeah, this is really required, especially in 2025 when there are so many AI based threats. So you have to have shift from reactive to proactive. You cannot say that everything is going good, and uh, I will buy if something goes bad. This approach will lead to somewhere very disaster. So you have to have like, first of all, I would say that you have to have a continuous monitoring and AI driven threat intelligence. That is really important. Then you have to have a zero trust security models, which I was saying in my last point also. Then you have to have the regular vulnerability assessments and penetration testings, which is really important. It's like that you already have a layer of defenses. Now this time you are checking, you are like double downing on that layers of defenses, that how strong they are, how much protective you are. So that's what the vulnerability assessment and penetration testings are, that to check the boundaries which you already created. um and that need to be regular, every quarter, or twice a year, or that depend on your organization. It should be like every month also, that depend on what organization we are talking about. Then to automate this incident response workflows, so that we can have the faster threat mitigations. And lastly, I would say that you have to have a security first culture, again with these trainings and consultations and simulations. So simulations are like, I will send you across an email, and I will just see that who will click and who will not. So if that email is saying that your Amazon box has arrived, and click here to get more information, or click here to win a Amazon voucher, for $50, for $100. So these are like simulation attacks which we are trying to do, and we are seeing that around everybody's clicking it. So we have to emphasize more on the cybersecurity awareness and training. Haha, it's difficult to wrap it up in one word, but I would say that in one word, cybersecurity is not one time effort. So it's just a continuous process. Okay, so please take it in that way only, that there is no like destination, enjoy the journey. So you have to move really fast, because cybersecurity is something which is not getting older. Why? Like, people ask me that, why is cybersecurity, the other, sometimes there is a boom for something and then they dropped. Why cybersecurity has always a boom or a hype or something? The reason is that there are different vectors every now and then. So you have web 3.0, we are talking about, for example, blockchain. Then you have blockchain security. Now we are talking about AI, so we have AI security. We are talking about quantum computing, we have quantum computing, security. Why? Because we have to have the encryptions quantum proof, right, for future. So it's a continuous process. It's not one time effort. Please don't take it like that I'm wasting money here. It's an investment which is basically saving you and providing you with the complete visibility. So in short, I would repeat, cybersecurity is not one time effort, it's a continuous process.